Thank you everyone for having me here today. When Sasha asked me to be her maid of honor and possibly deliver this speech, I was a little shocked. I mean, I thought choosing Daniel to be her husband was just a lapse in judgment, but apparently she just has a trend for making really bad choices. And I got to admit, I struggled with this at first. I mean, I would not call myself a nice person. I am a good person, I am, but I definitely wouldn't choose nice to describe me. As you all know, Sasha and Daniel are also very social people. I mean, they have friends dating back to like when they were kids. They have big ass family that could have any one of them could have been here today. So, thank you again for having me. Thank you again for trusting me to address your family this way. Again, it's clearly a lapse in judgment because I am tore up already, but I'm gonna do my best to deliver this speech. Now, I can't give you nice because that's not who I am. I definitely am not going to give you appropriate. That's already been out the window. But I'll give you the truth. I'll give you the honesty. And I'm hoping that that's why they chose me to be here today. Because other than that, I don't know what else I could possibly offer anybody here. But like I said, I don't know them very long. I don't know what they're like without the other because when I met them, they had already started dating. And from what I hear, they're actually terrible people individually. So I'm kind of glad I haven't had to experience one without the other because from what I hear, too, they've apparently bettered themselves or bettered each other since they got together. So, God, I'm glad that I joined when I joined. But with that said, I guess the one I could sort of speak on is Sasha because I worked with her. And when I worked with her, her and I couldn't stand each other. Sasha was a bubbly, energetic, fun loving girl. Everybody loved her. Everybody wanted to be her friend. I was this wannabe corporate girl, took her job way too seriously. One of those girls that just was always, trying to play the mean part because I thought that's what I was supposed to be at the time. But we couldn't get along. Sasha would call me a stuck up bee if I remember the term correctly that she so eloquently used. So, how then did we become friends? Easy. She was dating this weird nerd guy with glasses, tattooed all over Daniel, total stoner. That was the kind of guy I like to hang out with. So he comes into the store, we become friends, hit it off, all fine and gravy. Sasha ain't the jealous type, but you best believe one thing. If you gonna befriend her man, you gonna befriend her too. If her man want a friend, that's fine, but she gonna be their friend too. So that was the start of Sasha and I. And I like Daniel. Daniel's cool. Daniel sit there and talk your ear off, and he always got something good to say. He always got a nice vibe to him. But I knew that I couldn't have one without the other, so I was like, fine, let's give Sasha a try. And sure enough, it took a damn while, a good while. She's definitely one of those tastes that you acquire, at least for someone like me. But let me tell you, I mean, I've known her for going on 7 years now, and I gotta say that she is still annoying. She's still loud. She still has way too much energy for her own good. She's too high maintenance. She was clearly spoiled as a child. No offense to the family out here. And Daniel ain't doing a damn thing to stop that at this point. But to be honest, neither am I. And that's just what it is. Sasha is who she is. After, a while, it never gets better, really. Like, she is who she is. You learn to get used to it. You learn to love her. And one day I woke up and I remember thinking about them and I was just like, okay, they're gonna get married. It was recently right after he had proposed and the wedding started to come into play. And I just realized and I thought to myself, how did I get here? Like, what am I doing with these people? Like, I didn't even know who they were a few years ago. Now I'm about to fit my fat ass into a dress and join their wedding. But I just went with the flow. And then when I really sat there and thought about it, and like I am now, describing everything about Sasha, and I thought about how she's all these things, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she was also probably the most loyal person that I had ever met in my life up to that point. She was crazy as hell, but it wasn't anything crazier than I was, so we were able to relate to that. She's extremely, extremely strong, and at the same time, she's incredibly brave, and she loves unconditionally without expecting anything in return. I remember thinking that these were all weaknesses. I remember thinking that it was so annoying, but in reality, I was just so jealous that at that point in my life, I was incapable of feeling that, or I hadn't experienced that. And all I wanted was to feel that. And just by being her friend, she was able to introduce me to all of this. She was able to reinstate my beliefs in having fun, in loving, and focusing on what's really important in life. And one day I just realized that I couldn't do without her friendship anymore. And all of a sudden I wanted to love too, and I wanted to have fun. And I stand here today because I was brave enough to befriend a woman that was so different than I was. And in return, she's given me an entirely new perspective in life. She's given me so much courage, and she's accepted me into this beautiful family that I never even dreamed I could be part of. If she did that for me, who was just a simple stranger she was working with at the time, then I can only imagine what she will bring to change Daniel and Alyssa's life. Alyssa, you've gotten a great mother, someone that you can look up to, a role model, someone that's not afraid to speak their feelings. And in a time like this, to have the ability to empower a young woman like you, Daniel, you are very lucky to have found the wife you have. That will be a great role model for your daughter. This incredible bond we are witnessing here today. We're experiencing strength, love, commitment in its purest form. And to be here, to live this day, engrave it in our memories, it's just another beautiful gift that you guys continue to give us as your friends, as your families. So cheers to you both and to this beautiful family that is forming right in front of us. May your love prevail, and I hope to one day bring that same love, that same commitment into a marriage of my own. But until then, cheers to you both. Have a great night, everybody.